Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be exploring the amazing country of Portugal.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It's a really deep tower they just carved into the rocks.
We are so excited to try all of the fine cuisine here, enjoy the culture, and just walk around the cities.
How-to guide for DIYing the Douro Wine Valley.
It is November and American Thanksgiving, so of course we're taking a holiday and inviting some of our family members to join us. You'll see cameos of them throughout the videos, but we have Kyle's mom and dad, Beth and Kirby, joining us, his cousin Kelly, and his uncle Bill.
After a long ticket kerfuffle.
Kicking things off here in the capital city of Lisbon. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing this morning is we're gonna get a little lay of the land here with Rick Steves' help. We have the Rick Steves audio guide app, and thankfully he has a Lisbon city walking tour.
It is also a little foggy this morning, so this is a great way to start because we're kind of staying low next to the water, and hopefully the fog will burn off throughout the day. But we're excited to hear Rick Steves' really corny jokes and learn more about Lisbon.
Hey, you know what I always say?
Any port in a storm.
Since our goal is to give you a Lisbon city walk, we're going to echo a few of Rick Steves' little bits of sharing. And this tour covers the Baixa area, which I think is spelled B-A-I-X-A. We're down by the water right now in the main plaza and learning a little bit about Lisbon's history. Just off the Rick Steves path, we're stopping for a quick snack and coffee. This is Manteigaria. They specialize in just one type of pastry, and they're making thousands of them homemade in here.
Obviously, one of our first stops has to be for breakfast with me around, and we're stopping for pasteis de nata, which are these egg custard pastries. That is so good and creamy. This might be one of my favorite pastries now.
No commentary.
I'm hungry!
Important stop from Rick Steve is the São Nicolau Church, which is the St. Nicholas Church, so very important to us, obviously. One of the interesting things he shared about the churches here is there aren't a ton in the city center because Lisbon was hit by a huge earthquake in the late 1700s. So he's kind of talking about that as we navigate the history here. Very interesting.
One thing I already love about Lisbon is all of the beautiful tiled sidewalks. They're so cool. We learned that making these tile mosaic sidewalks is really difficult and challenging, and we're actually getting to witness some because they're redoing some of it, and it is definitely a time-consuming process.
Don't worry, Rick Steves has a planned bakery snack stop. This is a nearly 200-year-old bakery. Got a croissant. Tastes like croissant. Kelly, what kind of fun facts are you learning?
The fruit in the gingenia is sour. It's a fun fact.
That's your funnest fact?
Yeah, I'm trying to multitask here while listening to Rick Steves.
This tour continues up the funicular, so quick stop to get our passes. We opted to just get the 24-hour pass, which should cover all of our transportation for the day.
I can see why you'd want to take the funicular up because that was very steep, so I'm glad we did that instead of taking the stairs. Just checking out the laundry, imagining how that could be possible. I think it's more art than anything.
Maybe they just do laundry as often as I do.
I don't think anyone owns that many bras willingly.
Rick said don't run.
The trick is you have to make eye contact with the drivers and they'll stop for you. Another stop is for the famous elevator that was built back in 1902, and it was actually designed by the same guy who designed the Eiffel Tower, but it's a great way to come up the hill and see beautiful views of the city. And if you don't want to pay, you can actually go around the back end, take the stairs up, and you can access a viewing platform for free. We got that tip from not only Rick Steves, but also Kyle's cousin Kelly.
You can't see it, but there's a huge line down there, so it's nice to sneak up the backside here if you can handle a few stairs and skip that long line.
We are now closing out our Rick Steves audio tour with the coffee shop here behind me, which is famous to get some coffee, a little shot of espresso. We might take them up on that offer and buy something. Now we're gonna go ahead and do some exploring on our own. We stopped at a small shop to get some sandwiches. They're called bifanas, and they're like pork sandwiches. Make them right there. And there's no seats or anything, and they're only €2.80, €2.80. Oh, pretty plain, no cheese or anything. They have it with mustard. Tastes like pork. It's good. It's not amazing, but it's good.
I mean, honestly, for $2.50, good little cheap eat. Oh, the bread's very soft. This got some flavor to it.
Yeah, pork flavor.
At 11:30 this morning, there isn't much of a crowd, but I did read it can get very popular. As bifanas de Alonso. As bifanas de As bifanas de Alfonso.
No.
That's the point you're correcting me on? Nobody could tell that.
Las Bajanas do Alfonso.
That was the best one. We'll count it. Point is, definitely stop here.
And bring cash, because it's cash only.
We are on our way now to explore the Graca and Alfalma neighborhoods, which are some of the older parts of Lisbon. Now, most people will take tram 28, which is one of the old cable cars to get to the top. We've already been on one of the cable cars. Love the experience, but not gonna wait in this huge line, so we just hopped on the bus. No wait, in the exact same route.
What do you think of the view?
It's beautiful.
You have to say the
Amazing.
view
It's
is
actually a little
beautiful.
hazy though. I would prefer it was not that hazy, but
That's when we just say it's got like this mystic vibe with all the haze and so majestic.
she's my chat GPT.
We are in the Alfalma neighborhood, which is the oldest neighborhood in Lisbon. And we came to this viewpoint in Graca, and it is beautiful. You can see so many buildings in the distance. This is also a great little spot to grab a drink for not a bad price. One thing Lisbon is not lacking is hills.
After enjoying our wine, we made our way down and we're catching the 12 tram. So as you can see, it is not at all crowded like the 28 tram was. We're gonna ride this around to our next stop.
Also, I just love how cute these little trams are. It's very like San Francisco. They said they're from the 1920s and they're all so cute inside. We had to have another snack, of course, so we came over to Belem, to the famous pastry shop here, to get some cappuccinos and the famous egg custard tart again. I could end the trip here and go home and be totally happy.
After devouring some pastries, our next stop was here at the Geronimos Monastery, but unfortunately, nobody told Google that they're closed on Mondays, so we're not gonna be getting in today. I will say the outside is very nice, but we're excited about the opportunity to go inside because this is definitely one of the must-sees in Lisbon. The Belém area itself is quite nice, and they do have some garden areas. We're walking down to the water, and we have some pretty fantastic weather out here right now.
Between the trolley cars and the Golden Gate Bridge behind me, I feel like we're in San Francisco. Honestly, and the weather too. It's very in the fog, really. I mean, is this its twin city?
The monument, by the way, is a monument to the explorers of the seas. We're headed over now to our final outdoor scenic tourist spot before we head off to dinner.
We've made it over to Belem Tower for sunset, and it is also closed on Mondays, but it is beautiful from the outside.
Honestly, a 10 out of 10. I know it's closed and you can't go inside, but I can't imagine the overlook is that good. But from the outside, just the architecture, and I think seeing it here at sunset is really key because the lighting is beautiful.
This is our last stop on our walking tour, but we are going to head back and then we'll see you at dinner.
Final stop of the evening is dinner here at Baixa. Going to go for a Portuguese staple and get some seafood tonight.
I ordered the seafood linguine. It's actually black squid pasta and it is so good. Everyone else got a combination of seafood platters and salmon and fish, and it all is incredible. After a delicious meal, that is going to wrap up our day here in Lisbon exploring the city.
What an incredible first day to kick off our overall trip here in Portugal. I felt like we really got to see all the sights that Lisbon has to offer, and I'm sure there's still a ton of things that we missed here.
Tomorrow morning we're waking up bright and early. Okay, maybe not that bright and early, but we're waking up early to head to Sintra for a day trip.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow along for further adventures.